Group Breast Unit. Dr. Florence Dede is advocating the early screening of breast cancer among women as discussions open for this year's Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
It is said that about 2,000 women in Ghana every year get breast cancer, are diagnosed with breast cancer. And of all those who have breast cancer, so those who've been diagnosed and those who are living with breast cancer, about 1,000 every year would die.
Okay. And apart from the breast cancers, do you have any other diseases affecting the breast?
Yeah, so there are many diseases that affect the breast. Breast cancer is not the only one. It's just that breast cancer is the most worrying one. So usually we put a lot of emphasis on breast cancer, but there are many other diseases that can affect the breast. That is why it's important when you notice a problem or something different with the breast to come to hospital, and then we will look at it. Most of the diseases are not breast cancer.
Your advice to the general public?
I would say that for every woman, especially more than the age of 20 years, you should examine your breast every month. So stand in front of a mirror, look, and then use your hands to press your breasts against your chest. If you notice once you do that every month, you get to know what your normal is. And when you notice any changes, where that change could be a lump in the breast, a rash on the skin, a sore on the skin, the nipple changing direction, getting swollen, anything that is different from what you have always known, please don't hesitate to go to a hospital and have it examined, and probably further tests will be done. If it is breast cancer, don't despair. Once we catch it early, we are able to treat, and most women are cured.
We are definitely against cutting. If we are able to detect it early, we can deal with it. Well, in her address at the official opening, the First Lady, Rebecca Akufo-Addo, said that it's calling actually for urgent stakeholder collaboration to demystify some of the stories about breast cancer in Ghana.
October gives us an opportunity to encourage and support measures aimed at early detection, effective treatment, and palliative care of this disease. In countries like Ghana, it is also an opportunity to demystify the disease by dealing with misconceptions that eventually lead to poor treatment outcome. Globally, breast cancer is the leading cancer for women and the second leading cause of female cancer deaths. In Ghana, it is both the leading cancer and the leading cause of cancer death. Alarming statistics by WHO estimates that over 2,000 women in Ghana get the disease and more than 1,000 die from it every year. Most are young, with the majority between 40 and 49 years. More alarming is the fact that the World Health Organization projects an increase in numbers in countries like Ghana. There are a lot of misconceptions about the disease, as well as false claims on treatment on the internet, social media platforms, from friends, relatives, and even casual acquaintances. As a result, many women end up in the hospital after trying other treatments. By this time, their cancers are no more curable. Let us all continue to work for the good health of our people. On that note, I declare the breast cancer awareness activities duly launched.
All right, so you're welcome. Let's have a little discussion. Like I told you, I'm going to engage the Alliance for Women in Media Africa. So I did something very funny. I put something on Facebook, and I didn't even add cancer or anything. I just spoke about breasts. Before I go into that, let me introduce to you who I'll be having this conversation with. Guess who? A lady that I admire so much, Shamima, Muslim. Okay, what you don't want us to put the middle one in there anymore?
Which one? It's actually Shamima Muslim Al Hassan.
Okay, so, okay.
Yes.
So Shamima Muslim Al Hassan is a convener for the Alliance for Women in Media Africa, and I also have here Efiadra. Efiadra is a member of the Alliance for Women in Media Africa. You're welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
It's so great to see you. Okay,
so
I know. So speaking about what I put on Facebook, I said it's breast month, and I asked, what do you want to know about the breast that you don't already know? Ask me. And I said, I did the hashtag, the Pulse and Alma. Let me read for you the questions, and maybe we can start with the questions.
Okay.
Okay, I want to know what makes the breast softer. That's the first question. I'll take about 5 of them. The next one says, what causes the sudden fall of the breast? The next one is what makes it so, okay, the next one is from Abdul Hafiz. He's asking what causes the sudden fall of the breast. I'm not sure what that means. Edwin Potake says, what makes it so attractive? Grondo Emmanuel says, what makes breasts so attractive to men only? Day Stephen Solomon says, why men can't resist the beauty of some breast. And you know what this tells me? I'll reserve my comments. Let me start with you, Shamima. What are your thoughts about the line of questions?
Well, it's obvious that a lot of people see the breast as an item for pleasure giving. So you would see that the comments you have had relate to receiving pleasure from it. And it's okay because indeed the breasts are very unique to the human being, especially to the woman. And God himself designed it for very interesting and exciting purposes, as you would agree. In fact, you have had cause to be one of our leading journalists. No pepper them. So I guess why they are asking these questions. So that's why this year we are saying protect your assets. And so if you derive such pleasure from breast, from using it, from admiring it for whatever purposes, either also for nurturing, because you know women breastfeed as well, so it's multiple purpose. If you enjoy it so much, we're also asking you as a male to support your wife, your sister, your mother to protect this very important asset, especially in this
Efia will tell us about what's happening. I mean, on the initiative, or, well, actually not on the initiative, but we're supporting Alma. And when I say we, I am a part of Alma, so I'm being a little biased here. But Efia, before you take us into what's going to happen, what program there is, especially this month, for us to create the awareness for people to take care of their, as Shamima is saying, their assets. What are your thoughts on the questions that I've just read so far?
It shows that men are very interested in the breasts.
Okay.
I don't know how scientific it is, but I know that male children are prone to sucking the breast for very long.
We really don't need to go far. It's actually a comment that excites me so much because
I don't have a boy child, so I don't know how.
My husband has been going on about me, you know, stopping my lash from breastfeeding. He's over a year now, so he keeps asking me, when is he going to stop breastfeeding?
Okay,
so I know that the boys
tend to take much longer.
Yes,
in sucking the breast.
Yeah.
Okay, do it aggressively, I must add.
And, I may need my producer to confirm that. I may need my producer to confirm. All the men behind the scenes. I have a lot of men behind the scenes. They may have to confirm that. But if you please go on.
Yeah, so it shows how important the breast is to men and how they appreciate it, whether they are young or they're old. They are interested in the breast. And really, when you see a woman, apart from seeing her face, one of the features that you see, and if it's nice, you actually admire, is the breast, because it's kind of the first thing one of the first things you see in a woman.
But that's not fair to those of us who don't have a lot.
Oh,
I mean, not me.
Because obviously.
Not me, but there are some people who don't have a lot.
But God, like Jamama said, God in his own wisdom has created every woman proportionate to what you have. So I think that whether big or small or medium or extra large, or it all it complements the body in a way. It's a part of the package. Yes.
Now your responsibility then is to keep it safe.
Yes.
Your responsibility then is to do the things that you ought to do to make sure that you keep it safe. Because it's quite sad to mention though, but the final stage of, I understand, breast cancer is that you might have to have it cut off. And that is certainly something that you don't want to do. So let's talk about what's happening this month, the October Breast Cancer Month.
So like we all know, we're all in pink and we're celebrating Pink October. Pink October is an initiative from the Trust Hospital done by the Well Woman Clinic. It's a preventive health clinic for women that we've run for a very long time. Pink October has been going on for 7 years. This is the third time we're doing it on a big scale. And fortunately, I'm part of Women in Media, and we spoke with Shemaima and said, no, women in media, we must add our voice to to this whole campaign, because people look at us and they see us as role models. So when we speak, they will hear. So the whole month we are in partnership with women.
Alma.
I don't get it, so I always pronounce the whole thing.
Okay.
So we're in partnership and we are talking about breast cancer. We are not doctors, we are not scientists, but we know that when we add our voices to the campaign, people will listen, people will hear, and we will get the results that we want.
Let me come to Shamima. What really is going to happen, if you're able to speak to that, exactly what's going to happen, and how can women out there, their men, be a part of this?
You know that the breast cancer awareness campaign has been ongoing for over several decades now. And in I think about 2 decades ago, about 10 to 5 years ago, it was really a big campaign. Unfortunately, we have heard from reports from Kolebu that within the past 5 to 10 years, despite the awareness, creation, we still haven't seen corresponding increase in knowledge, which is reflected in people's attitude towards the disease, which hopefully should have led to different practices in terms of people actually presenting themselves in time before the cells degenerate to the point that you may have to lose your life. So unfortunately, the awareness hasn't led to increasing practice of presenting oneself to the hospital, and we need to ask why. And we need to continue with it because many lives are being lost each day to cancer.
If you were to have any final words, like as we leave this discussion, what is it that you want men, women, whoever is in charge, or whoever can play a role in taking care of women, what is it that you want them to take away from this discussion today?
Okay, before I touch on that, I'd like to talk about just briefly on tomorrow we are launching it officially at Adenta House and Down Trust Clinic, and then on the 11th it's open for everybody to come to Adenta Trust Clinic at the House and Down for everybody to get free screening. Yes, we are going on University of Ghana campus on the 18th of October. If you're a student and you're around UPS, University of Ghana, come there. And then every Tuesday and Thursday, you can come to Trust Hospital and get screened for free.
In Osu.
And in Osu, opposite the Goil filling station. What we want women to know is that preventive health is very important. We spend all the time. How many hours do you spend doing this hair? Maybe 2 hours, 3 hours.
You don't want to know.
Yes. And you join a queue, you have to book in advance and all that. The same attitude we have towards our hair, buying,
we should transfer it to our
Brazilian hair and all that. We should transfer it to our health and the breast in particular.
A few words, Shamima. I have to wrap up.
Protect your assets.
Protect your assets.
Families must be interested in supporting their women to go for regular screening and protect themselves from cancer. It is an avoidable death. It is definitely avoidable. Protect your assets. We're just being told that every month try and do the test yourself. We can demonstrate. Not really, not really. So what they're asking is that you go around your breast, you go over your breast with your fingers. You just we can zoom in on that. Husbands can help. Husbands like Nathaniel Atto, who is standing by to do sports. So the men you can see. You can do it. So the men, you can just let the women lie down, wrap your travel around the breast a little bit and see if there are any lumps. But this is quite serious, even though we may be joking about it. But there's free health screening, breast screening, which is a very good thing with the Trust Hospital every Tuesday and Wednesday, right? Yes, in October. Every Tuesday and Wednesday in this month. Take advantage. Tuesday and Thursday. Right. Please take advantage of this. I really have to wrap up now, but thank you so much, Shamima, for coming. Thank you for your time. Shamima Muslim Al-Hassan is the convener of the Alliance for Women in Media Africa, and she's also here with Efia Dra, who is also a member of the ALMA. I am a member, Arba Kumsin is a member, Martha is a member, but we all have healthy breasts, but we want you to have healthy breasts as well.